Yeah. So I'd like to welcome everybody to the boxing wave, where we keep it all the way 1,000 about everything that's going on in the boxing world. I am your host, Mr. Isaac, the truthy truth. But no, I want to touch on this subject. I want to get on this Robert Easter Jr. versus Denis Shaftkov. It's a big match, big fight, huge fight in the boxing world. A lot of people sleeping on it. A lot of people gonna look at the tail of the tape and see that Shaftakov's pretty small. Robert Easter Jr. is pretty big. But it's really a tougher matchup than it really looks like on paper. See, Denis Shaftkov is an animal in the lightweight division. He's been in the ring with a lot of good fighters. He's proven that he's an elite in the 135 division. And actually, if you ask me, he's tougher than any 135er that's holding the title, except for probably Mikey Garcia or Robert Easter Jr. Because I think Shaftkov stops Linares. I think Shaftkov beat the hell out of Terry Flanagan. I mean, he's proven it. He's small, but he's a master at his craft. I think Robert Easter Jr. has a really tough opponent on his hands, and I hope he's not sleeping on it. How do I see the fight going? Well, right now I can't really say, because as big as a name as Robert Easter Jr. is, he also has flaws that I've noticed in his previous fights, such as the Richard Comey fight. The Richard Comey fight, he had a tough time on. If you look through the first 10 rounds, 11 rounds, he had a tough time on with the inside game. Everybody says he's big and he has a good inside game, but his defense, there's flaws in his armor. I noticed when he was against the ropes, he had a hard time stopping Comey. And Comey was the aggressor, but if you think Comey aggressive, Shaftkov is 3 times more aggressive than Comey. So it all depends on how he's going to do on the inside. And I'm not biased. I'm actually from Toledo, so I just know boxing. And Easter's pretty young. At the same time, he got 19 fights. I think it's 19 fights. He's only been in the ring with really 4 real fighters. 3. I'll say 3. Mendez, Comey. Cruz was kind of a tune-up, so that really don't count to me. But Mendez and Comey, Mendez was journeyman, and as you can see against a Red Cash fight he just had last week, that he's not really, he's on his way out the building. He's not really an elite fighter at 135. He was at one time an elite fighter at 135. His time has come and gone. And then the fight against Comey, if you ask me, Comey, a lot of people put a lot of hype on that, but then when you look back at the fight and look at Comey's career after the fight, probably wasn't as good as a lot of people thought at the time when him and Robert Easter Jr. had such a great fight. I mean, like I said, they had a great war. It was a battle, but I don't think it should have even been that close, because Comey's really a B-list 135er. As you can see, Shaftkov ran through him. Well, it wasn't a ran. It was a close fight, but he did what he did to pull it off. Now, Shaftkov been in the ring with some vets. Shaftkov is a vet, and he's been in the ring with some vets. He's been in the ring with let me think who he been in the ring. He's been in the ring with Jamel Herring, who's a part of one of Mike Stafford's fighter. So they know what to expect, because they've been in the ring with him before, and they seen what they can do. With Mike Stafford, seen what he can do. So he's nothing to sleep on. He actually beat the hell out of Jamel Herring. Then he also been in the ring with your boy Rances Barthélemy. And that was a 12-round war. Rances Barthélemy is a big fighter, big guy in the 135 division as far as height. And he's skilled too. And Shaftkov proved that height don't mean too much. It's about if you can take a punch and how much will you got. See, Robert Easter Jr. been tested in the co-main fight, but he ain't never fought no aggressor like Denis Shaftkov. So it's gonna be a good fight. I mean, in order for Easter to pull it out, he's gonna have to prove that he belongs in the 135 division. He's gonna have to prove that he can take punches. He's gonna have to do a better job at using his range, because in the past couple fights, in the Cruz fight he did better with his range, but the co-main fight he did horrible as far as range goes. So you got a fighter like Denis Shaftkov who don't give a shit about range. He's trying to get inside and fuck you up. So if it's all on how Easter does with the range, and if he can catch him with that big right hand. Shaftkov never been knocked out either, so we'll see. And this is his third title fight, his third shot at a title, so he's hungry, man. I don't know if he's the hungrier man, but I know Robert Easter Jr. got a tough opponent on his hands. So tell me what you think. Don't sleep on this fight, because it's going to be one of the best fights of the year. Actually, if Robert Easter Jr. can pull this off, I think he's the elite. He's the best 135 because of his. This will immediately put him with having the toughest opponents at 135. Because if you look at Mikey Garcia just came to 135. He fought a midget who wasn't as skilled as Shaftkov. I think Shaftkov will stop the Russian dude he fought. And also think that Shaftkov will beat Flanagan, and I also think Shaftkov will beat Linares. Flanagan fought Flanagan fought Petrov, who was a mixed match, who really gave him all that he can handle pretty much. It was a tougher fight than it should have been. And then Flanagan just fought, Linares just fought Corolla, who was, a weak ass 135er if you ask me. So Robert Easter Jr., if he can pull this off, he'll probably be the best at 135, and people won't have much to say, But like I said, it is not going to be no easy task. So and Shaftkov is actually the WBA #1 contender. He's also the IBF #1 contender. So if Robert Easter Jr. is to beat him, he probably can take that #1 contender spot and get that shot that he's been asking for with Mikey Garcia. But like I said, he got to go through a very hungry man who's not coming to play. He's trained by Abel Sanchez, who's everybody know is Gennady Golovkin's trainer. So he's not no pushover. He's in the gym working with them right now. So I just want the boxing world to be ready for an elite top fight, and it's going down June 30th. Toledo, Ohio. Robert Easter Jr., Denis Shaftkov. Hope y'all ready. It's gonna be a war.